All right, good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Welcome to the year 2026. Happy New Year, wherever you are joining from the world. I welcome you, and I pray that this year is going to be a year full of many peeps and profitability and consistency for every one of us. Okay, so without spending too much time, I would like to go into what we have today. Okay, so the pair we're focusing on, as you always know, is the Euro USD, or for those trading futures, it's going to be the 6E, which is the Euro futures. Okay, so we're going to be marking up our levels, and we'll be expecting market to come into our levels. Then we are going to snipe like a sniper. All right, so the first thing is I check the economics. And what's the economics? So Forex Factory is what I use. So the first thing is, do I have any red folder news? Okay, so the red folder news that I have is by 4 p.m. and I have a rule between the 15 minutes to 20 minutes before the news I don't trade. Now I don't also trade after before, but right now I can trade after, at least maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes after the news, when the news have settled down, because I noticed that the news can make the market come into our zone. All right, so before I don't trade the news at all, but right now I can trade 5 or 10 minutes after the news because I've seen it's profitable for my strategy. Remember, the strategy evolves. Okay, the basics remains the same, but the strategy evolves as we get to learn about ourselves, not about the market, about ourselves. Okay, so there's no news for this morning. Great, then I get to the next point, which is what the trend. Overall, when we look at the market, what do we see? We notice that the market is doing what is going down. That is what we see. The market is going down. All right, then the next thing is my levels. Okay, so I have the level V and the level A, which is like the V zone and the A zone. Okay, so if you want to know more about that, just join our mentorship. But let me anchor this particular guy so it doesn't move up and down. Great. Okay, so the first thing is I'm going to look at my weekly level. So I'll just go to the weekly. Then I go back to my 30 minutes to mark my previous day's high and previous day's low. In this case, today is Monday, the 5th of January, 2026. So the previous day is going to be Friday, which is the 2nd of January. So I'm going to mark the highs. Now, this is beautiful because we are already having a downtrend. Okay, as we're having a downtrend, all right, we're expecting a pullback, something that looks like this. A pullback into the zones, this previous support or this previous weekly support. So I have actually two levels together. The first level is the previous weekly low, and the second level is what? The previous daily lows. Okay, so these are the two levels that I have, right? And if market comes here, it's going to be a very strong level for me. And I have some consolidations here, or some people call it accumulations, whatever you want to call it. So I believe that this is a very strong zone. Then if market decides to go up further, I'm expecting the market to come to the supply zone or the resistance here, as most of you would call it. Okay, so let's mark that up. All right, okay, so this is the markup that I have, and my expectation is that when market comes up to this zone, all right, I'm going to go to my lower time frame and I'm going to sell. Okay, so when market comes to either of the zone, I will go to the lower time frame and I'm going to look for my sell opportunity. So then the next thing is going to be what? Correlation. Now, what is correlation? I simply check how it's behaving with the DXY. That's just all about the correlation. Okay, so this is the DXY right now, and let's clear everything so we go and mark it fresh. Now, if you look at the Euro USD, you see it's practically opposite of what? The DXY. So that's the correlation that I want to see, all right? And I'm going to be looking for buys at this point here. It doesn't have to be 100% correlation, no, because DXY is not only USD that is in DXY. There are a couple of other assets that makes up the DXY. Do you understand? But now, what I want to know is that is DXY also in reverse direction. So what I need is a reverse correlation, sorry, an inverse correlation. Okay, so we are expecting a buy on DXY, all right, and because we're expecting a buy on DXY, that tells me, or that gives me the confirmation that I'm good to go, expecting a sell on Euro USD. Do you understand? Great. So now after that, I now have what? The pattern. I just go to my 5-minute time frame and I look for other confirmations. Okay, other confirmations, but the most important thing I look out for is either an engulfing pattern, a morning star pattern, or what do you call this, a pin bar. So but because it's a sell formation I'm looking for, it's going to be an evening star. But whatever it is, I need a type of sell formation here. Okay, then the next thing is what? I am going to have to be patient because I don't have the patterns right now. And number two, I don't have, market is not in the zone yet. I've drawn my levels, the correlations are intact, but market is not at the level yet. Okay, so market is not there yet. The only thing I can do right now is just to set an alarm or an alert below the levels. So I'm going to set for this one first. Okay, so somewhere below the levels here, I'm just going to click on plus, nothing really special. Okay, so I have a level here and I also have a level here. Okay, I'm not concerned about any specific number on the level. Do you guys understand? So when market gets to this place, and even if I'm not on my system, I will see it on my phone or on my email, and I'll come to the chart and I will see it. All right, then the next thing is I'm going to be patient. And the final one is 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Before I trade 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., but I noticed most of good setups will not happen that morning. Some of them will happen at the New York session. So that's what I have between 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. So these are my trade checklist, and this is what I have for the first trade of the year. So if it happens today, great. If it doesn't happen today, we meet again tomorrow. Okay, so once again, my name is A. James. Do have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.